To Three Geeks podcast, number 11. We are joined
Who's
tonight.
singing today?
Oh,
Yeah,
Hi, man.
I don't sing, Dan. I'm sorry.
No, it's not happening.
Max?
And then there's Max
We'll just skip right over the singing.
Okay, fair enough.
and Mike. As my introduction kind of got blah, blah, blah. There we go. Let's see if we can make Mike make some. Nope, no, nothing out of the nose. Too bad. I tried to get you all a little something. Almost happened. But so all right. So we're number 11. No Jason. You can't make it tonight. But we might end up having a bit of a time change. But let us know if you all think a little later works better for you all, or a different day. As well. So I guess we can just kick it off, unless anyone's got any hot topic they gotta throw up right now.
Favorite Bond blank. So now you can either choose villain or weapon or gadget. You can answer it however you want, but since Spectre came out and it, blew up in England, it like decimated movie theaters in England with its awesomeness. I don't know. I would say my favorite Bond henchman is Jaws. I don't know. I felt that guy was just, the craziest thing they could come up with.
See, I love. Oh God, is his name? No, I don't think his name's Tattoo. Gosh,
Oh,
I think
you
I'm
mean
getting
the little odd job?
not Odd Job. So
Oh, you mean the little butler.
yes, the butler that helps the man with the golden gun.
The plane.
Yeah.
Yep. He's awesome. I love him. He's not really a henchman. I guess he is a henchman.
He's a henchman.
Yeah, he's not really a villain. Yeah, I think I have to go with that one. And then, I mean, I don't know if I have the villain. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's just too many. I need to see the latest one because I definitely want to see Christoph Waltz take on the villain, but I haven't had a chance to do that yet. Dan?
I'm going to go with favorite Bond moment.
Okay.
And it's either when Pierce Brosnan just shoots the bad chick in the face in The World's Not Enough, because that was awesome. Or when Roger Moore slides under the truck on the motorcycle in Live and Let Die.
Yeah, they definitely got over the top in both those versions, Roger Moore and Pierce Brosnan. Mike?
I'll say favorite underappreciated hammy Bond villain. Alan Cumming as Boris from GoldenEye. 'Cause good God, he's so unbelievably enjoyably sucky in that movie.
I'm invincible.
I'm invincible. You sit on it. They're right in front of you, and they open very large doors.
I can break hair codes.
Oh my God, yes, I remember that. I don't own that one, but oh, yes, that one was so hammy at times. It was
Fucking
awesome.
classic.
He's so hammy that when he gets frozen to death, when he's frozen solid, he still is being hammy.
Oh man, that's just great. One of his best performances to date.
Oh man.
Followed closely by Nightcrawler in Ecstasy.
Oh, I got a question for you, quick. Favorite character to play in GoldenEye for the N64?
So if I wanted to be an asshole, I'd be Odd Job. I mean, that's just a general.
Okay, no, first off, it goes without saying, no Odd Job. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
Screw you, Max. I like to be the asshole.
No, it's the unspoken rule in every household. You know it, I know it. Don't be a dick. You are only Odd Job with someone who does not know how to play the game. And they're like, what the fuck? And then they can't hit you, and you're just like, yeah, I'm Odd Job.
Oh my. Oh gosh, I can't see. That's the problem is I can't remember too many more of the characters after that, other than like the random characters that you can be of. Such and such scientist, or like the polar military, or something like that.
That's what I was looking for. I was looking for like polar henchmen.
Oh yeah, they're just so ridiculous kind of things. Dan?
Baron Samedi, hands down.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm always Baron Samity.
Max.
I cannot claim a favorite character in Bond because when GoldenEye came out, I realized that I'm fucking terrible at first-person shooters, and and ever since then I have been terrible at first-person shooters. My brother loved that game because I mean he would just like rack up kills and I would just get frustrated, and it was his favorite thing. Yeah, so I have a special like hatred for that game, kind of. Like, I mean, like I'm not like openly hostile to it, but you know, I definitely don't want to play it ever.
I like it. Mike.
I told you, random henchman from the polar.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my. Yeah, so like Max, that for me that game wasn't actually so annoying because it was just so different. It was actually trying to get used to playing Halo on the console because I never got into first-person shooters on the N64. I got into them on PC, and then they finally got popular on consoles, and I just got destroyed all the time to the point where I hated playing Halo. Eventually, I adapted, but
Nope, I just don't have it. I don't have that gene in my body. That's why I'm so excited about Battlefront's third person. So I'm like, oh, thank God I can play. Maybe I can have some fun because I was like dreading it coming out and everyone having so much fun, and all I can do is watch. And I'm just like, because I mean, like you don't want to play the game and just fucking get killed all the time, you know. And look, if I'm playing you, if I submit to playing a first-person shooter, if I get 3 kills, and this is in the entire time that we're playing, and it is cumulative. If I get 3 kills, the game is over. You suck so bad that I got 3 kills.
Oh, that's awesome, Max.
Yeah, that's the rules. I mean, but yeah, no, first person man is terrible on me. I can't get it.
Yeah, I definitely think. Yeah, I think Battlefront's gonna have both first and third. So
Yeah, I heard that it's like kind of more set up for third. So I'm pretty excited for it to come. I didn't get to play the beta though, so I'm gonna go into it fully fresh.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to play the beta because I didn't pre-order, but I'm definitely gonna play it. I'm gonna get the early access, so I'll definitely let you all know on Tuesday if you haven't already played, Max. Nope. All right.
Probably won't have played. I'm gonna get it like probably when it comes out, maybe that day, probably the next day or so.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. But all right, so we'll hop into a few of our news topics. Yeah, I don't really think there's a good segue from Spectre and Star Wars and some awesomeness. We're gonna go with Aladdin 4 is scrapped.
Okay, no, wait, no, we were on Star Wars with Disney to Aladdin. So
okay.
maybe something about the genie being in both Star Wars and Aladdin universes.
Wait, there was an Aladdin 2 and 3?
Yeah.
There's the Return of Jafar.
And I don't remember what the third one was.
The Aladdin and the something about thieves.
Oh, the 40 Thieves?
And the 40 Thieves, probably.
Oh yeah, those were like direct-to-video ones. I was like,
Yep.
Aladdin 4. Did I miss the release of 2? Oh, they were just little VHS releases. Go. Okay.
Nah, dude, the Return of Jafar was badass.
Actually, let me backtrack here. Speaking of VHS, Mike, I was reading the news today, and apparently Sony has finally stopped making Betamax officially, like this week.
What?
Yeah, I was surprised as well, but apparently they were still doing small Betamax releases in Japan.
Oh, in Japan. I was
Okay.
like, that makes sense.
It's friggin' Betamax.
Because they've been so vocal about their recent Betamax releases in the past 25 to 30 years.
Yeah, I think you're looking even at, I think you are looking at 30 years.
I just thought it was
crazy.
hilarious when I read that. That's all.
Yeah, I'd love it, Dan. That's awesome. I mean, that would be like Microsoft or somebody releasing, the last HD DVD release, because that died hard.
By the way, they stopped selling Apple II GSs too.
Yeah.
Like, you remember those
3.5 floppies.
Yeah, I was about to say those floppy disks used to play like freaking Oregon Trail on. Like, okay, all right, guys, we're done. We're done making copies of Oregon Trail. It's stupid.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego original is
Yes.
being out of commission? Anyways, back to this Aladdin 4 that we didn't even know was in development.
Okay, so apparently Philip was right. It is impossible to segue from Star Wars to Aladdin. I give.
We tried. We tried admirably. I applaud us. But yeah. So Aladdin 4 got scrapped. It's kind of interesting, and I kind of actually I think I'm kind of on board for this because the reason why it got scrapped was because Robin Williams had in his will that his voice and his likeness and nothing can be used for 25 years after his death. And this is why it got scrapped because I guess when he recorded Aladdin, which to me this is stupid. I'm like, because I don't think they used it for any of the other Aladdin movies, but I've never watched them, so I don't know. Apparently, he recorded hundreds of hours of just jokes, of stuff that he just ran off and just like I guess he just went off. And they said they have so much material that they're like, we can actually make another movie. And I guess I kind of understand why Disney probably wanted to do this now. I don't know. I'm gonna hope it wasn't because Robin Williams died recently. I think that's a little bit of it. But I think it's also the recent re-release of Aladdin, and probably it sold rather well. So, what are your all thoughts? Dan, you want to go first?
Well, they didn't use Robin Williams for the second or third movie, did they? So,
I don't know. I can look it up and see.
I don't think they did. So now saying that they want to use Robin Williams because he's dead and they got a bunch of tape shit, it seems kind of weird.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely odd. Yeah, definitely it's only that one. Yeah, it's only the first one.
Yeah.
That's
so,
very...
yeah, that's strange because they could have used all that stuff in 2 and 3, but they decided to go with a different actor. So now he's dead. They're like, oh, we got all these tapes. It's like the Hendrix family, you know. It's like, oh, we found some more lost tapes. Here you go. I don't know.
I agree. Mike?
I'm trying to look it up now, but I believe it was like Robin Williams had some legal issues with Disney after Aladdin came out.
Okay.
And I think he had let's see here. I think the story is like I'm looking up like Return of Jafar right now, and I think it was like he had recorded dialogue for it, but they had like some kind of thing about his contract or whatever. And so they replaced his dialogue with, Dan Castellaneta from Homer Simpson did the voice.
Wow, he was only paid $75,000 for his work on Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened there.
That's what happened.
Yep, and it grossed $504 million.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I can understand why he'd have that stipulation in his will. That's some forward thinking right there.
And fuck you all.
Basically, a posthumous fuck you.
Dude, whatever. I mean, Honest Trailers came out with their take on Aladdin a couple weeks ago, and it was pretty dead on. Like, if you take the genie out of it, that movie is utterly by the numbers Disney forgettable. Yeah. So I understand if he feels like he was probably entitled to more because he made that movie. I mean, that character made that movie, and not just like the design of him or anything, but the energy and the performance made that movie. So I can kind of see it both. As much as I would love to hear the extra Robin Williams material, when he first gave me this link to the article or this rumor for the article, is that like I thought they were just gonna like take material that was in one of the original scripts and they were just gonna recast or something. But I'm like, oh no, if they plan on releasing new stuff that had never been heard before. Yep. I could see that being a cool like bonus feature. There's no reason to make a fourth Aladdin around that, but I could see it like being like, hey, archive footage of Robin Williams, recording lines and stuff like that. That could be a neat feature, but I can see it from his perspective too. It's like, let the role die with me.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. That was interesting. I had not known about those legal issues. I can see why he would absolutely do that because that's, awful. But oh well. Max?
Yeah, they're just gonna have to, shoot for a story where somebody becomes a genie and they're the new zany genie. Like, uh, Jafar.
Kazam!
Yeah, there you go. Shaq comes back as Kazam, and yeah, let the shenanigans roll from there. Shaq in mid, whatever century, Arab nation X, doing his genie thing. Yeah, that would be cool, right? No, we're totally down for that. No one's down for that.
No.
In the history of that. Okay, but yeah. As far as Robin Williams, it's going to be cool because in 25 years, we don't know what the technology for movie making is going to be like. Like, think about the difference for movies now than 25 years ago. They're going to be able to take all that raw footage, do something crazy with it, and all we got to do is wait. So, why don't they just plan for that? They can make Aladdin like X through whatever,
Mm-hmm.
And then when the Robin Williams footage, shit can come out, they'll just make another Aladdin movie with that shit, and that'll be the draw. So, fuck, just wait.
Aladdin 4, starring Robin Williams simulation droid X9B.
Oh, dude, Robin Williams simulation droid was awesome in Good Morning Vietnam 2420.
Oh my god, that's just awesome. I love it. Oh my, yeah. So I'm kind of glad after I read that article and heard that. I'm very glad he put that clause in there because good for Robin Williams and his family. But so let's see. Yeah, it's gonna go to another one it's kind of interesting. We kind of talked about this I think 2 weeks ago. The pilot for Preacher came out, and I guess Garth Ennis actually, or Ennis, I think it's Ennis, got a chance to actually watch it. He apparently saw the full pilot, I guess maybe a media showing or a separate showing, and I guess a local small news outlet found him and actually asked him, hey, what did you think about the trailer? And he actually went a little bit more into it. He's like, yeah, I've actually seen the whole pilot. He's like, I love the way the trailer was done. It kind of sets up what you're going to see in the pilot. He hasn't seen more than that, so key caveat with that. But he's like, and I've actually seen the pilot, and I like what they took with my material, and that they actually added, I guess, depth and a story to it that doesn't necessarily there when he created it, and he actually respected what they did with it. So I think that was kind of cool, kind of positive. I don't know. I wasn't skeptical, so I kind of like to hear from the skeptics on the panel here and see what everyone's thinking. Who wants to go first? Dan, Max, Mike? Mike, you win.
How did we determine?
I was eeny, meeny, miny, mo with my mouse.
Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't feel a buzz or anything like that. So,
if only we had that.
Well, as I mentioned,
we saw that look in your eye, Mike. We knew you wanted it. You were hungry.
Hungry to talk about property I'm not familiar with. No, I mean, like I said, I read a little bit of Preacher here and there back when it was still being print, back when it had its initial run and so forth. I thought it was fine, but it's just, for my own thing, it's like I just have a hard time tuning in regularly to AMC stuff. I don't know why. I can't explain, because they are really good shows. I do really enjoy Walking Dead. I enjoyed Breaking Bad, but for the life of me, I can't figure out why I can't just maintain a regular schedule with those shows like I can with, say, something like The Flash, or even with, like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, I'm even committing to Heroes Reborn for the sake of these reviews, which we haven't done yet. Which we haven't done in a couple weeks. We have done a couple of them, but I have stuff to say. But, yeah, I'm committing to watching that on a weekly basis again now, and that's utter dreck, in my opinion. So I don't know. I really want to keep a regular schedule with good shows, and I try, but I don't know. Something about AMC. Every time I'm like, oh, Walking Dead's on. Sure. I'm not interested for some reason. So who knows? Maybe Preacher will break that streak for me. Maybe this will be the AMC show. I'll be like, oh, you know what? I don't have to go to Netflix to catch up with this. It's on right now. I can watch it.
Nice. Would you say maybe it's because of the binge? Because definitely, I would say Breaking Bad has definitely a lot of bingeness to it.
I think that's what it is too. It's just the fact I'm like, there's no consequence for me to be like, oh, you know what? I'll just catch up with this, later on Netflix or on some site or whatever. Like that's all. Like I'm not committing to Ash versus Evil Dead because I'm like, oh well, they're just showing the stuff a couple days after anyway, so whatever.
I gotcha. Dan?
First off, I like Garth Ennis, and I really like his Hellblazer run, and I hope he really did like the pilot, but, I mean, honestly, what are you going to say? I mean, if it goes well, then your books are going to sell more, so of course you're going to say, yeah, it's great, watch that shit, buy my books.
Well, you could argue that he could take the Alan Moore approach and be like, no, fuck everybody.
Well, yeah.
Granted, a good half to 70% of those products are crap, but
yeah.
when they're translated to movie or TV, yeah.
But I think Moore is a higher profile than Ennis is. I mean, he's still a big name, but he's not as big a name. I mean, you don't have, like, you know, Garth Ennis's giant book in every B. Galton's and, you know. So, you know, I would think that he would want to push it anyway, whether it's crap or not.
All right. I mean, I like it. I like the honesty, Dan. Yeah, and I noticed we do have a live viewer. If you're watching and you have any comments or you want to say anything or you want to yell at Max, who's about to talk, feel free. And Max.
You're gonna yell at me. What did I do? I didn't even said anything offensive yet.
Yet. That's the key word, Max.
Yeah, but I mean, all right. Well, okay. Well, hold on. Let me just apologize for every offensive thing I said in the last podcast, real quick. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And now we're talking about Garth Ennis saying that he likes the Preacher pilot.
Yep.
Now I don't know if you guys remember this little movie that came out recently called Fantastic Four. I listened to some dude talk about how good his movie was for 2 hours, and I believed him. And then we got the Fantastic Four movie. So I'm not gonna buy it, Garth Ennis. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know if you guys remember the movie that came out this summer, also called Terminator Genesis. I seem to recall a certain director saying that movie was the bee's knees, and we all know that movie's fucking terrible. So yeah, you could just suck a big fat one, Garth Ennis. Like, I get it totally. Business-wise, good move. Definitely talk, because whether it sucks or not, who gives a fuck? You know, you sell a couple more books, you're happy. But I'm not buying it, bro. I'm not buying it.
Oh, I love it, Max. I love it. That was awesome. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see when that gets released, because I think it's next spring sometime. I can't remember exactly when it starts. But yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to kind of see that perspective. Yeah, I definitely remember what you were talking about, because a director, that was ugly. Fantastic Four was ugly. But on to kind of a segue about making money. Justice League Unlimited is getting released on Blu-ray. This kind of surprised me. It kind of caught me off guard. It kind of is a bit of a slow news week, but I'm like, why would they have delayed this long? What's the tie-in? I didn't really see any special features of, hey, Batman v Superman kind of extra footage or something. I'm not really sure why it would get released now. I definitely liked the show when it came out. I don't know if everyone on the panel has seen it or not. But it just seems like an interesting timing. I didn't really see any reason why other than, I guess, time to cash in. Max, you're a comic book guy. What do you got?
Justice League Unlimited? What's that? I have no idea what that is, Philip. I've never heard of such a thing. No, as to why they're releasing this right now, I don't know. Who cares? They're releasing it, and we get to see it on super awesome Blu-ray. I'll probably pick that one up. My entire Blu-ray collection consists of cartoons. It's awesome.
Yeah, that show was awesome. So I definitely don't disagree. It's also it's on Netflix too. That's how I actually caught up with it.
Yeah, but now you can have it on Blu-ray. Who wants it on Netflix when you can have it on Blu-ray?
And Dan?
I've never seen the series, but seeing how excited Max is to have it on Blu-ray, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an Animaniacs episode.
That's going to be more than one episode, because that's a lot of episodes.
That's fine.
All right, so look forward to Animaniacs review Justice League Unlimited, all 3 seasons.
Sometime coming next May.
No, we're definitely gonna, in true Animaniacs form, we will promise to watch that next Animaniacs.
That's awesome. Mike.
Yay, I already got them. I don't need a Blu-ray. Max, I do want to ask you a question with regards to animation on Blu-ray. Is there really that discernible difference in quality between just regular DVD and Blu-ray when it comes to animation?
How dare you, sir? How dare you try to besmirch the good name of Blu-ray by comparing it to DVD in any form? You know the Lord God Blu-ray is much better than DVD. You know this. And it doesn't matter what you're watching, it's better on Blu-ray. No, I would say that there's actually there's not actually any real like huge difference. Like you do get like a lot more extras and stuff.
Oh, okay. So it's probably more about the features. And
Yeah.
well, and like you said, it's probably just to tie into the fact that like you'll be having a live action version of these guys soon. So might as well get them now while they're.
The weird thing that they do with the Blu-ray is they sell a DVD with the Blu-ray. So like if you don't even have a Blu-ray player, you buy that copy anyway. So then it's
Or digital version or digital copy, yeah.
I mean, like the digital copy I get for sure because I mean,
Yeah.
like, it doesn't do anything, but like the DVD baffles me still.
Well, just DVD buyers are stuck in our ways, gosh darn it. But I mean, that's cool and all. These. I mean, it's not exactly the classic Bruce Timm cartoon, but this is where it came. A lot of that stuff came from. It's got history with Batman the Animated Series. Now, if Batman the Animated Series was on Blu-ray, I'd go for that probably.
I'm scooping that up too.
But the animation on Blu-ray thing, it doesn't matter if it's older, but if they like optimize it to look like friggin' awesome with like computer animation, like the newer Neon Genesis ones, like 1.11 and those, then it's worth getting on Blu-ray. If it's anything else, it doesn't matter.
All right.
You guys and your CGI computer animation stuff. Back in the Aladdin days, those animators had to work for their money.
Okay.
Try animating to Robin Williams dialogue. Oh my God, that's murder.
Speaking of CGI, and so like the World of Warcraft trailer,
Oh yeah. That dropped.
I gave it a solid look, right?
Mhm.
And there was definitely some stuff going on with some biz in between there. And then orcs.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Are you excited at all for this thing? I'm trying to muster up any sort of
The most clear-cut review from anyone who's seen it. There was some biz going on and some stuff.
Well, no, there was some stuff first, and then there was some biz.
I'm sorry, I got the order mixed up.
I don't know how you could possibly do that, but
It's a technical term.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I don't know about that whole. It was okay. I mean, it didn't seem that exciting. It seemed rather bland, but maybe there'll be more. But I mean, it definitely seemed like there was a huge hype train by the WoW populace. So I think that's probably going to sell them a lot of tickets. And maybe based on that, you might get some folks that actually talk good about it and sell other people like myself on it. But that's the only way I see it.
did
So,
anyone wow? I have never wowed.
you never World of Warcraft?
No, that's not. I saw what it did to Tam, and he was just gone forever. And I was like, I don't want that in my life. Like that's like heroin. Heroin does that same thing.
That brings up an interesting point. Will the people that play WoW, will they leave playing WoW to go watch the movie and then come back?
Screw that. They're just going to do the movie in WoW themselves.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
the plot? Let's reenact the entire plot of the movie in WoW.
Because we've got time.
See, what you're forgetting, Dan, is we have laptops now, and we have high-powered internet. So they're going to just be sitting in the theater playing WoW while watching the WoW movie.
Wow.
And then Leroy Jenkins.
Dude, there better be a character in there. Like, Here's the whole deal. I'll go see the movie if someone tells me, like, in one of the big battle scenes, there's one dude in, I don't know, was he just a knight or whatever, running towards the enemies and just yells Leroy Jenkins. I'll go just for that. I know that meme. I know that joke at least.
If there's a Leroy Jenkins or a D's Nuts, I would definitely see that movie.
I think you're hoping for a lot for D's Nuts there, Max.
I mean,
Leroy Jenkins could happen.
If one of the orcs came up to one of the humans and he was like, "Man, did you see those two huge motherfuckers going by?" He'd be like, "What two huge motherfuckers?" He'd be like, "These nuts."
No. In true like budget Lord of the Rings fashion, it's gonna be like, Leroy Jenkins, take these nuts on this quest with you.
Oh my god. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so I remember, because what was it? Was it X3 that actually did I'm the Juggernaut bitch? Because I remember that meme actually made it in there. So there is hope, Max.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm the Juggernaut. That cartoon was so stupid though. Like, how did that catch on? Like, I get it. It was silly, but I mean, like, it took the world by storm.
Yep.
Everybody was the fucking Juggernaut, bitch.
Oh yeah, you gotta love memes, man. You gotta love them. And to kind of keep with our weird realm of segues, I'm hopping off to the Doctor Strange set photos for Cumberbatch, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Chiwetel Ejiofor. I think I actually got the name. Oh, damn, close enough. All right, how do I say it, Max?
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Okay, Ejiofor. Close. All right. So, yeah, it was interesting. I actually liked seeing him in costume as Baron Mordo, and it seems that they're actually going to go a lot more traditional, I guess. Very green, very kind of obvious. So, I mean, at least, they didn't go with, like, the really long beard on him. And I would have loved to see him kind of pan it up or ham it up and play it like in, oh, my God, Kill Bill, where you got, the guy that's, training the master, and he's just swinging his beard. That would have been awesome. But I actually liked it. It looked interesting. Benedict Cumberbatch's beard looked ragged. Looked what I would hope Doctor Strange would look like after he's been through hell and back. So I'm kind of, I don't know if it gets me more excited for the movie, but it lets me know kind of the tone. So it's interesting. Max?
Yeah, it was definitely some pictures of some stuff, and some people did look like some things. But
was there biz in between it?
No. You can't tell if there was biz going on because it's just still photos. So I mean, you can definitely see people and stuff, but you don't know if there's biz going on. You know what I'm saying? Like they could just be standing around. But no, Baron Mordo looks good. I like. Yeah, again, it looks like Doctor Strange is a guy who was sort of ill-prepared to end up in Tibet and somehow managed to make it to this monastery, and that's how you would look. And they got Baron Mordo looking very Baron Mordo. I can definitely deal with that. It's pretty straight on. They're kind of going for it seems like, and I'm down for that. I mean, if you're gonna make a Doctor Strange movie, you might as well make it strange. Is all I'm saying. So I say, balls out, fellas. Keep doing it. Let's make a freaking awesome movie. Let's just go 100%. Because I mean, like, it's Doctor Strange. It's magic. You can do anything. Like, anything gets explained away as, oh, look at this magic thing. So I mean, go for it. Go nuts.
I want that to be the first teaser poster. Picture Doctor Strange. On the bottom of it just says balls out.
Yes.
Oh my God, Mike, that was awesome. Oh, Dan, you got to take over.
I mean, the pictures look cool, but I mean, taken out of context, it could have been like, some dude giving a bum some money on the outskirts of a Renaissance festival. I mean, what it really sold me was like if Cumberbatch was like shooting magic at a building and like chunks of it was coming off. I mean, I know they usually do that in post, but you gotta make your your snap photos something for people to remember.
Well, I'm just happy that they've managed to get this much stuff going on, and we haven't heard anything
about
until
Suicide
now about
Squad.
it. Suicide Squad. Everybody arrived in Canada, and there was a whole photo reel of it. So I'm glad that this is all we've gotten so far, and it's pretty blah. I'm totally down for that.
Fair enough.
Oh, Mike.
I gotta say, Dan, I agree with you. I would love to have a photo of Benedict Cumberbatch, not even in character as Doctor Strange, like he's just hanging around set shooting magic at buildings. I wish that was real. But I saw it. It looked fine. You know, like Dan said, it's just a set photo. A lot of the wow factor is gonna be put in later and everything like that. It does look like I like the Mordo costume definitely. It does look like Cumberbatch though is picking the blue flower for Ra's al Ghul and ready to climb up that hill. But I think that makes sense. I guess because I thought they were saying like this wasn't going to be origin story, like he was going to be active. So flashback maybe, who knows? Like he can see like Cumberbatch's hand is like all bandaged up, and that's part of Doctor Strange's whole spiel. His hands are damaged, and he's a brilliant surgeon, and so he learns mystic arts because he wants to regain the magic of his surgeon hands, I guess. But yeah, looks fine so far. I want to see costume for Strange. Balls out.
I agree, Mike. That would be awesome if they go that over the top. But I think they're going to hold that back. I think we'll see that, but I don't think it'll get released.
Now they're going to be printed on the back of his coat.
His cape, you mean?
Yeah. There you go.
That's his new battle cry in lieu of what was it, by the hoary hosts of Hogarth or something like that, or
yeah, Hogarth something, yeah.
Balls out.
Something simpler for the children.
Something simpler for the children. Oh,
it's a
that's
Disney
awesome.
movie.
Oh my, yeah, that will be awesome. Yeah, I definitely, yeah, I agree with you, Mike. That's kind of interesting because I forgot about that, but I don't know what they're doing because I know that they said they were going to be in Tibet for quite a while. So maybe they're going to do a long flashback scene. Maybe you start and you see him doing something. Oh man, but yeah, we'll have to see. We'll definitely have to check that out. But yeah, if you're watching us and you have any comments, questions, you want to reach out and ask us anything, bring up a comment. Feel free.
Nice,
We've got 2
nice
live
save
viewers,
there.
so.
It almost got weird, but nice save there.
I'm getting talented. I'm learning how to host this thing slowly but surely. I'm a little amateurish. I'm not quite the professional Jason is, but yeah. So definitely let us know as well if you are watching this video. Post, like, comment, let us know if there's something you want to hear about, and we'll try and either comment you back or even include it in our next video. I don't have any more topics or news stories, unless anyone's got anything. I was going to hop on to video game news. No one? All right, we got silence. So we're hopping on to video game news. So let's see. So this week, 2 big releases. 1 mega release and 1 big release if it were any other week. So you got Fallout 4 that came out this week. It's getting rave reviews, I think 9.2 on IGN. I've heard it's more in-depth and much more character-driven than even the last one was, which is ridiculous, and it's even more open and a much larger world than Fallout 3. So if you're into Fallout and you've got the latest system, buy it. Buy it in droves. As Dan said as he was working today, he's tired because so many people want to buy Fallout 4. So that's the game to get if nothing else, just by sheer mass volume. And then the other game that came out, which is another game I'm kind of interested in playing as well, is Lara Croft Rise of the Tomb Raider. So for those of you that remember the old Tomb Raider, apparently they finally touched base with that. All the reviews I've read, they basically said the tombs are actually back. So the puzzles and the pieces are actually back, which is what a lot of people were complaining about the last one. They're like, oh, it's just too action-oriented with QuickTime events. But this one, it seems to be, they're kind of tying in the cinematic, but as well the puzzle-type games. I don't know if anyone really cared about that. Dan?
No, I mean, to me, it kind of looks like, yeah, the tombs are back, but they turned it into Assassin's Creed now. So, I mean, he's like jumping out of trees, murking dudes with knives, and I don't know. It's just, I mean, the first Tomb Raiders were kind of like exploring, and then, oh crap, a mountain lion, let's shoot the crap out of it.
Yeah. So you're right, Dan. So it's it's not quite Assassin's Creed, and it's definitely not the original Tomb Raider in that regard. It's much more somewhere in the mid. It's more basically it's copying Nathan Drake Uncharted. That is what it's copying. Which you had a lot more shootouts, you had a lot more action scenes, and that's what they're trying to cash in on. Max?
Nope. I don't play those games. I haven't played any of the Fallouts, even though I've heard only good things about them. So I might actually give this one a go. Seems to be the time to pick things up.
It's definitely the right time.
Well, I mean, I picked up Dragon Age. That was the first Dragon Age game I'd ever played, and I really liked it. And then, I mean, obviously, Batman Arkham Asylum was the shit. I don't care what anybody. I have a little rant about people hating on the tank stuff in Batman Arkham City. Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight. The tank stuff is awesome. You would be doing just regular sneaking around stuff with Batman if you weren't doing the sneaking around in the tank stuff. You got the same crap in 3 games previously. This is the only new thing to come out of any of the games. Quit hating on it. It's not that bad. The game is awesome. Fuck you. That's all I have to say about that. Fallout 4 should be sweet by all accounts. I'm kind of excited to play it. That's all I got.
I like it. Yeah, so, and as this week, I mentioned it last week, this week's the release for Xbox One backwards compatibility, as well as I don't know if they're calling it a dashboard still, but basically it's an Xbox One update that's going to change your interface. It's definitely, the interface looks interesting, but the backwards compatibility is where it's at. So they're kind of, I don't think they're banking on it to sell systems, especially because the biggest releases, which I'm going to kind of talk about and see if Max, I know Max has an Xbox One, I know Mike doesn't, and I know Dan does not. But kind of curious to see if you all think that would actually make you buy one or not. I'm going to go with no, but just kind of ask. But the biggest ones that I really noticed were Condemned Criminal Origins, which is a great, I want to say, I guess, melee horror type game, because you don't ever pick up a gun, but they do give you enough weapons to defend yourself. But it definitely has got that creepy vibe. Gears of War, the entire series, because it's Microsoft, they own it, why not? And then South Park: The Stick of Truth, which if you haven't played that and you're not easily offended, let me add that in there. But I think if you're watching this podcast, you can't easily be offended. You should definitely play that game. But what do I mean, Max? It's okay, Max. I can give you a hug when I come up to Ohio, so you feel better.
We've been playing nice. What are you talking about?
I guess we aren't true sports nerds. We haven't reached that level yet.
I'm excited for the Stick of Truth. I haven't played that yet, and now it's
awesome.
backwards compatible.
Yeah, it's so awesome, man. You're gonna love that. So just gonna kind of go around and kind of ask Mike and Dan kind of what you think about the backwards compatibility. Does it interest you? What are your thoughts, Mike?
I got a 360 and an Xbox One here, so.
Oh, you do?
I could care less either way.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it'd be cool because if I ever want to sell my 360, which I might, but cool, at least I got that feature available. But I think the only one I ever played so far yet that you announced was the Condemned one, and I played it for like 10 minutes. I just couldn't get into it. I had one achievement on there. I think it was that I found a bird carcass. So there.
Nice.
But cool. I mean, if they have more titles to release that I'm interested in, like.
Oh, sure. There's 101 other titles that I didn't talk about.
Any possibility of the Mass Effect stuff being backwards compatible? Mass Effect.
Oh, my bad. I forgot. So I did announce that earlier, but Mass Effect is part of this, the first one.
Yeah, okay. I'm cool.
So, as you can see, Mike's excited. Mass Effect 2 and 3 are rumored. There is no announcements coming forward from EA, but there has been rumors of that. I was going to go a little bit more into the future titles as well after I kind of got everyone's opinions. Dan?
Let me backtrack here. not to get on a soapbox, but
But you're gonna get on a soapbox. It's okay, Dan.
it's so big of Microsoft to be able to make a software patch so that you can play the last generation games on their new system. I mean, you're all like, oh boy, it's going to be great because we can play old games on this new thing that I bought, because they can't come out with new games fast enough because they all cost $80 billion. You know, I don't know. I mean, I still have like old systems. I haven't bought either a PS4 or an Xbox One. I will go PS4 this generation, by the way. But I don't get it. I mean, it's cool that they're backwards compatible, but they should have probably made the system that way to begin with. Instead of spending all that time before the E3, before it came out, saying how you were going to have 2 uses on a disc because of DRM, and then you could throw it away because you could never use it again until Sony made fun of them.
Well, I mean, like, everyone knows they're a bunch of assholes, and everyone said when it came out and it wasn't backwards compatible that it should be backwards compatible.
But why did you buy one?
Well, because I like new Xbox games. And I'm saying we're here now, and we're happy that it's backwards compatible.
Yes. Yep. And I'm gonna get on a soapbox after you, Dan.
In my defense, I've only got 2 Xbox One games at my disposal: Arkham Knight and Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 4. And they're very much enjoyable, but I have no desire until Battlefront comes out to get another game. So I'm not one of these people you're talking about who's got to get every new game that's coming on the market. I'm perfectly happy getting a good game here and there on occasion. But I got a bunch of 360 stuff I still enjoy, and I'm like, you know what? If I can just compartmentalize it all into one system, cool. I can sell my old system. Someone else can use it.
Yeah. So for me, Dan, I agree with you. It should have been backwards compatible, and well, I liked a lot of what Microsoft said at the beginning. They just didn't know how to say it, and they didn't know how to market it, because there was a lot of cool things you got with all of the DRM. But regardless of that, we're here where we are. But PS4 is not backwards compatible. Their solution for backwards compatibility was to get you to pay a subscription every month or rent a game individually for so many hours or so many days, which is a horrible thing. Yet no one attacked them. I didn't understand this. Like, there's this love, and I guess this happens every generation, right? Because everyone hates at the beginning of the generation, and once you're hated, it's over. Because that happened to the PlayStation 3. Eventually, it came back and was a great system. And Xbox One's getting that now. And PlayStation 4 hasn't really released much by way of exclusive games, but everyone loves them. Everyone's on board. They did the positive things. They have no interest in doing backwards compatibility. But it's an emulator, Dan. It's not just a software patch. And the only reason I think this happened is because of Rare Replay. Because Rare Replay used the emulator. I think they created it in-house accidentally, and they're like, oh, wait, hey, we can sell this.
But an emulator is basically a software patch. I mean, it's not, I was saying it's not like hardwired in.
True.
Like first PS3s had the emotion engine for the PS2, and then they took it out.
Yeah, until they took it out, yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that Sony's any better. I mean, I don't own a PS4 yet either. Because their whole PlayStation View and whatever the hell that game rental thing was, yeah, that sucks. the newest system that I have is a Wii U. And guess what? You can laugh, but it's backwards compatible.
Oh no, I don't laugh. I actually
They have to make a press conference and be like, "We're gonna have 100 games."
I agree with you there. Yeah, I think the Wii U gets hated on a lot more than it should. It's just in a different market, right? Like, that's the problem.
Pretty much. Nintendo wouldn't play ball with like EA and everybody else, and so they got shunned by like third-party guys. But meh.
Exactly. I mean, I definitely like the original content that comes out.
I still like it, so hey.
There you go. Yeah, so as far as future titles, Halo Reach, Halo Wars, Call of Duty Black Ops, which I guess there's a huge demand for that. That surprises me. BioShock.
Like, what the fuck?
Well, for backwards compatibility, sir.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, there are people that are crying for the old Black Ops that when the new one came out like 2 days ago.
It was
Crazy.
#1, man. It was #1 on the list Microsoft released. Like, there's like over 100,000 people want that for some reason.
Yeah, that's weird. Sorry.
Yeah, I am in agreement with you. Especially because it's not like I've ever heard anyone say that's a classic game to play. But the next three I have heard, BioShock, BioShock 2, and BioShock Infinite, as well as Skate. The part that made me sad, I'm sure you all saw that in my text that I sent out to everybody, was no Rockstar games are announced yet. Because I was really hoping for like Red Dead Redemption. But what it seems like is they're being quiet intentionally because they're not saying no. They're literally saying, please check out our news feed, and we're not going to make any comment. However, their parent company is releasing almost all of their popular games, Take-Two Interactive. So, like, there's games that they were popular that they've already been rumored to be released and are actually getting released. So, like, Borderlands, the rumor is Borderlands 2, but I think they're going to wait because they released, that HD remake or whatever. So quite a bit of that. Civilization Revolution. Supposedly Saints Row 2 and 3, but that's a completely different company now. I'm trying to think. That's all I can really remember as far as the rumor mill. So it's definitely, if you own an Xbox One, it's a great plus. I don't think it's a reason to buy an Xbox One. You buy an Xbox One because you want some of the exclusive games. And that's pretty much it. That's it for video game news. Max, you got any comic book news?
Yeah, there's some comic book news for sure. Marvel is releasing another Deadpool title. It's going to be like a Deadpool and the Dirty Dozen kind of Inglorious Bastards sort of thing. I think this is like 4 or 5 Deadpool titles that they got going right now. So get your Deadpool on. If you're a Deadpool fan, now is the time to gorge yourself on as much Deadpool media as they're pumping out. Like I think it's getting a bit ridiculous. But but Deadpool's and everything, and that's cool. There is a comic book coming out called The Goddamned, and it's coming out in December, and it's about it's the story of Cain thrust out of Eden and living. He can't die, so he's just like lived his life, and it's like up to the flood when God floods the earth, and it's just the story of Cain as he walks the earth, and it's this crazy like apocalyptic, like Cain fights dinosaurs and shit. It's supposed to be like it's crazy, but it's by the same guy who wrote a book called Scalped, which I didn't read a whole bunch of. I did read like the first trade paperback of that comic, and I enjoyed it. So he's kind of like gritty, and he's got like a Frank Miller-esque kind of feel to him, just like dirty crime, yada yada. And yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this one. I might actually pick up the first like monthly that comes out just to kind of check it out because I mean it's called The Goddamned. You gotta give it a go, right? Dan, Mike, either you guys pick up Scalped at any point in time or feel like you might want to read this one? No?
I might now. I didn't even know about it until you mentioned it, so.
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir, but I might check it out. But I do like people fighting dinosaurs. So.
I mean, obviously, yeah, you and the rest of America, Jurassic World, people love people fighting dinosaurs.
Well, I mean, they couldn't put that in Fantastic Four because it had to have its own comic book, you see.
Oh, my God.
We're just gonna leave that alone. I'm not taking the bait on that one. We're gonna go right past it. I've already said my piece about Fantastic Four today. But a book. I was at Half Price Books and I picked up this book called Top 10, and I just wanted to show that to people. Alan Moore. It's a classic. It's very, very good. It's something I'd like to see adapted to like a Netflix show. I think it would really work in that format. So yeah, pick that up, and if you haven't already, that's my recommendation. So that's all the news I got for today.
Gotcha. Thank you, Max. All right, so I think that's a wrap for tonight. But definitely check out Mike McG at youtube.com/Mike McG TV. as well. I would say check us out on Stitcher and iTunes, but we're running into a bit of an issue there. So I imagine if you're a regular listener, you're not going to hear this, so I'm going to have to find some way to get this to you. But hopefully you're catching this video. We've run into some website issues, and right now I have not been able to upload a podcast in over a week. So I'm trying to work on that, and hopefully we'll get that addressed, and we can be back up on Stitcher and iTunes. But then please like us and comment. If you're upset, comment. Let us know. We understand. Sorry. If you only occasionally watch us, but we'll definitely try and get that resolved and get it back to normal. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night.